I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes. They gonna take
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Happy to hear, talk to you guys about sports. We got the 2-0 club here. All of us are 6-0 right now, undefeated. All right. So excited about week 2. We got a game tonight, but we got to recap some of these games, man. We got to talk about Dallas and the Jets, Commanders and the Broncos, 49ers and the Rams, Dolphins, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals. A lot of good games yesterday, all right? People pitching the ball back on fourth down, trying to get it first. A lot of stuff going on. But before we do that, obviously, I got to say what's up to my bros. We got Davey Dollars, good dub yesterday against the Rams, and Mr. Get Done Some yourself because Zach Wilson, he was done, son. What's good, Tomo? How y'all doing, fellas?
We got one more team in New York. And then I can say we got the trifecta. One more team. Y'all keep forgetting Buffalo is in New York. We got one more. But right now, y'all know the song. They got 100 guns, 100 clips. Why I don't hit no shots? What's going on? What's going on out there? That is the game manager y'all wanted him to be. And y'all don't like it. But I'm good. What's up, Dave?
Hey, all I got to say is 9-0. 9-0. Let's get it. I'm ready for today. But you know what? I'm just excited as everybody else, man. Let's get 2-0 club. It's money making Mondays. Tomo, turn us up. Turn me up. Up. And breaking news before we even start the show. Amari Cooper will play tonight.
Okay, 9 games. Let's go. Let's go.
Amari Cooper will play tonight. Yep.
Uh-oh. Okay, Vaughn, what you gonna do, Vaughn?
Vaughn, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? But let's start the show.
Let's get it. So before we actually start the show, make sure y'all like this video on 3 platforms. We are streaming this on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Also, make sure you share this video on all 3 platforms. Follow and subscribe on all 3 platforms. Use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to J-Mo in the comments already. 2-0, Tubby Tua. Tua, what? 2-0. Oh, I like that.
So you're saying 2-0?
I like that. 2-0. That was a read. No, it was a good read, though.
It wasn't, though, man.
In the comment section. Use the comments. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down. We'll throw them on the screen. Obviously, super chats get bumped up to the front, and we'll get acknowledged automatically, all right? And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours, my man.
Man, it's like J-Mo was in my notes, bro. I had that dad joke queued up, bro. Right there. Hey, gotta give it to the Dolphins fan, man. But, just like the show say, man, we refuse to lose because 2 wins, no losses. You see what we did there? Then we gotta give y'all this quick recap. We're gonna talk about one of these teams right now, one of the most dominating teams in the NFC conference. I mean, they lost their quarterback in the playoffs, but we couldn't tell. We gotta talk about the 49ers versus the Rams. They've been spanking up on them Rams for a minute now. Dave, this your team. You know, you ain't had much to say about the recap. You gave us the prime time. He's like, hey, we're gonna win. Nothing else to say. And y'all did just that. So Dave, take it away.
Let me get all the good stuff out the way first.
Okay.
So, as I said before, 9-0 against the Rams the last 5 years. We swept them the last few years. We are 1-0 against them this year right now. We take sole possession of the NFC West. Some good games. Of course, CMC, Ron CMC. He's actually the number one leading rusher in the league right at this very moment. And rushes, yards per attempt. You know, he's doing everything that he needs to do on the ground. Then of course we got Deebo Samuel, who had another good game, both catching and running the ball. He had 6 catches for 63 yards, about 10 and a half yards a catch.
Mm-hmm.
And defense did not look exactly how I wanted it to, but we made some stops when we needed to be able to do that. We forced 2 interceptions in that game, got a few sacks. So, we did some things that we were supposed to do in this game. Now, let me get to the other part. My quarterback, Brock Purdy. He is undefeated in every game he finishes and starts since he took over as the quarterback of the 49ers, which is great. However, I feel like we could have gotten this game away earlier in the game. There were at least 3 passes that he overthrew where guys were open. He had Jawan Jennings open. I think he took a slant or a crossing route where he took it up the middle, and he was wide open, overthrew him. Deebo flying up, overthrew him. IU with a nasty route, left the cornerback sleeping, and what did he do? Overthrew him. So I'm not too happy about this win. I mean, it is a rivalry win. We did take over the LA Stadium, of course, like we always do. It was 65% 49ers fans in there, so it was basically a sea of red. And his QBR wasn't bad. He had a 75 QBR, a 93 quarterback rating, which is not too bad. But I just feel like he just needed to clean up some things and not miss those open receivers. And he also didn't finish with any interceptions, so he didn't force anything out there. So overall, pretty good game. But I don't like the way our defense played either. We allowed way too many passes to go further than they needed to. Our run game didn't actually play that well yesterday either. We allowed too many of those plays, too many explosive plays. By the way, and then a receiver who's only played in his second game broke the record against us. I think his name is Pook. I can't pronounce his last name for anything right this moment, but he broke the record in the NFL for most catches in his first 2 career games. That was broken by someone who played for us in 1980. So that was something. But overall, I mean, we got the dub, so I'm happy about that. But I just think we need to clean some things up in the defense, and Purdy can't miss those throws.
All right, so I'm gonna take it from here, Joe, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Dave, when it comes to the 49ers in the regular season,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Because you already know what time it is with you, Dave. You want to see them in the playoffs. This ain't nothing to you but like the pre-course meal. You know what I'm saying, Dave? Like, look, when that playoff comes, that's when I'm gonna be 10. I'm already 10 toes down, but you can be like, nah, lock steady. One mission. It's time to get that Super Bowl, right? Cool. You said it on Friday that y'all own the Rams. I mean, you can go look up the stats that y'all own the Rams, right? But I got a question for the panel and the people out there. Who lost the Super Bowl?
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Chiefs.
Why the 49ers playing like they lost or won the Super Bowl? They just out here on a vengeance tour. Like, this is insane. Even though the Rams did try to sneak back in that game, the 49ers was like, no matter what you do, we're going to win. You can do what you try. You can try anything you want, Matt Stafford. We see that. You can throw a ball, it might bounce out somebody's hand, but we're going to win. CMC has found his home. Purdy, Dave, I know you don't want to hear this, but he was the right choice for this offense because Kyle Shanahan is doing what he wants to do with Purdy. I mean, maybe Trey would have been better, but he said, no, I got my boy. He cheaper. So we're going to do what we got to do. And y'all can pay everybody around because undrafted quarterbacks don't really need that much money. He going to be there. He going to take the discount. Flip side, Rams. Man, I thought they was going to be the doorstep of this division. I thought they was done. All the draft picks, get everybody left. I thought they was going to be like, you know what, we're gonna wrap it up. It is what it is. We'll bounce back next year. No, they keep finding ways to fight in all of these games. We thought Aaron Donald was going to retire. We thought McVay was going to retire. Neither one. Cooper Kupp get hurt. 2 wide receivers. One, Antwell, they thought was a bust. He shows up. Then we got PN, because again, I'm not about to mess that up on these airwaves. So we got PN out there breaking records. So look, Statty, it must be Statty because he's making these quarterbacks look good behind a makeshift O-line. So I'm not surprised that the Rams won. I mean, I'm not surprised that the 49ers won. I'm more so surprised that the Rams was even in the game. Joe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was Puka Nacua, I believe. He had 15 catches for 147 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So did.
I'm glad Carl didn't start him.
So look, I'm going to reference a situation in the chat. All right. You know, apparently when you're winning more games than the quarterback, you're better. So looking at the numbers, you know, and the actual ending of the game, you assume that Brock Purdy played better than Matthew Stafford. You know, Matthew Stafford had 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Brock Purdy had 0 TDs, but 0 interceptions. He had 206 yards. QBR rating was 93. QBR was 75, while Matthew Stafford QBR was 56. You know, Matthew Stafford had a better game. That dude, Matthew Stafford, was throwing darts. One thing I was watching that game, I was like, he's healthy. He was hurt last year, clearly. That's why they were bad. He was hurt. Now, they had an offensive line that was terrible, but he was but he was definitely hurt. Right? He was definitely hurt. So
he was playing,
he was playing well yesterday. Well, I mean, Sean McVay was getting the best of y'all defense, Dave, with the personnel the Rams got on offense versus the personnel with the 49ers have on defense. He was good. He was getting on them. That game meant a lot to Kyle Shanahan. When y'all made that field goal in the fourth quarter, he was like, oh. I was like, oh, this dude, he know they in the trenches right now. The turning point of that game was this. The score was 17-24, 17-20. Y'all had to get the field goal. They got the ball back. And then I know you say y'all forced 2 turnovers. You kind of forced 1, but the second one literally threw it right to the running back. Boop, popped off his hands and then went up in the air, interception. That was the turning point in the whole game. And then after that, y'all scored. Y'all went up by 10. Now they're pressing because y'all the better team. Now they pressing. Matthew Stafford, throw it, incomplete, drop pass. No, it wasn't drop pass. He get his feet down. Another throw, drop pass. I'm like, God dang. Now it's third down, interception. Now they pressing. Now y'all go up, you know. So that was look. I was more. Now y'all came in there. I figured y'all was gonna win that game. Y'all should have won that game. I don't think you should panic. I just feel like Sean McVay had a great offensive game plan for y'all, and they were executing. And then the better team ended up winning at the end of the day. But I will say on the flip side with the Rams, I like what I saw. Cooper Kupp will be back soon, right? So when he comes back, the Rams could challenge Seattle for that second spot in the NFC West. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news. I know we're talking about NFL, but breaking news in the NBA. Kelly Oubre is going to sign with the 76ers.
They ain't gonna like that. That's a good put. That's a good pickup.
No, they needed that. Yeah, they needed
that's
that.
what y'all needed, J-Mo. That's a good piece for y'all. So yeah. So I like, but Tomo, listen to this, Tomo. Look at what Matthew Stafford had to work with. Listen to the receivers he had. Right. Let's see. Puka Nacua.
They call him Puka Kupp.
Puka Kupp. There you go. Right. Never heard this dude before. Tutu Atwell. I mean, I know who that is. Okay.
He was with the team last year.
Kyron Williams, you got Tyler Higbee, Ben Skowinick, Van Jefferson, Ronnie Rivers.
Vince
I mean,
Skoranek.
he's throwing it guys. But so if I'm a Rams fan, I'm looking at this like Matthew Stafford still got it. It was exciting watching that game day because Matthew Stafford was, man, that dude was nice dog with the ball. I ain't gonna lie, he's accurate. He's accurate. But y'all the better team, man. Y'all, Chris McCaffrey was a dog. He told dude, he was like, I just stepped on your BA. I was like, oh, stop. Like, he was in the sideline talking trash. I'm like, oh. So
yeah, that the crazy thing is that cornerback used to play with us. Akila Witherspoon. He was on the 49ers a few years ago. So,
Always personal when they leave, right?
So
yeah,
I'm not panicking. It's just I don't like the way that we played defensively in that game. I expected us to play a little bit better than we did, but Mooney Ward was getting cooked all game. That's all I gotta say.
Sean McVay.
Yeah,
Bob probably did miss 4 throws too.
Yeah,
the game plan was there. Nah, that route though that you was talking about,
that was nasty.
man.
Oh my goodness. I keep trying to tell people he the best pure wide receiver we got on the team.
Hey, look, one thing I did notice when I watched this game and from last week is BA is Purdy's first read, and he never makes him regret that. Never, because whenever he throws him the ball, it's either he gonna catch it or it's overthrown. That's it, man. Now
He's gonna have a great year this year.
BA, yeah, man. I wish I would have drafted him. 30 seconds,
man.
But talking about reads, we gotta take it on down to Baltimore, dummy. You understand? Okay, we're gonna put a little nougat on your I can't say too much because I don't know what that really means. But for all my Baltimore people, man, look, we gotta talk about these Ravens versus the Bengals. And of course, we gotta do the recap on it, man. You know, this is one that kind of threw me off at first. We was talking in the chat. We was kind of like, "Hey, who did we all pick?" And I was like, "I think I picked the Ravens." And then I said the Bengals. I was like, "Nah, I was watching that game. I was rooting for the Ravens too hard. I knew I had to pick the Ravens." Yeah, I turned my Bengals card in last year. You know, once the Cowboys made the playoffs, I said I gotta ride with my team from here on out. I ain't doing this no more. AFC North, you gotta fight with yourself. So for this one, I'm gonna start it off. And I want to say this first things first. The Ravens are exactly the team that fits their city's narrative. Like they just make something out of nothing. They wear Under Armour. They trying to steal new news, but it is what it is. And their team motto is from the game. I mean, from the wire. The game is the game. Because that's how Lamar treats it. He's like, I don't care who I got out here. If I'm out here and I'm healthy, I'm gonna make something happen. And that's just what he's doing. I know we talk about his numbers and we talk about his playoff record, but this guy's one of the most disrespected quarterbacks right now.
Yes.
Look, even when they did that panel and Pops, shout out to Pops, shout out to Chris, shout out to Ty, shout out to Carl. But when they said Lamar Jackson does the same thing as Mahomes with equal or less talent, I had to go back and think about it. Now, Mahomes is more dynamic with the football as far as throwing it and the way he throws it, and it's all crazy, you know, the circus passes that some people want to call it. But Lamar does it with less talent and yet still finds ways to beat quality opponents. Look at their division. There's no way that Lamar should have the record that he has against the Bengals. I think they're like, what, 4-0 or something like that. I don't got it up right now, so no. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But at the end of the day, when you think of that division, the first two teams that come up is the Ravens and the Steelers, and Lamar is one of those reasons in this decade. Nelson Aguilar actually caught a pass yesterday.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
6-2.
That's all I got to say. Zay Flowers. Come on now. God. I know y'all seen that. Catch.
That boy is nasty. Oh my goodness.
He's set. Lamar got his money. He got his receiver. Now all he got to do is just keep adding pieces around him from here on out. That's what it is in Baltimore. So to me, the Bengals, they should have never rushed Burrow back. That's my 2 cents on that. They rush him back too quick and it's throwing off his chemistry just a little bit. We got some people ready to say Jamar Chase ain't one of the best wide receivers because of how his quarterback's feeling. It is what it is. They 0-2 in the division, so they need to bounce back. But for me, how the Bengals need to reshape it is we've seen this movie before. However, just like in the Fast and the Furious series, there's always new villains. and there's always a big and better plot. So hopefully they can bounce back like Vin Diesel and make it interesting. But for right now, man, the Ravens are the team to beat to me. Joe.
Lamar Jackson is the second best quarterback in the NFL. We just don't know it yet. He's going to prove that this year. The only reason why he's not considered the second best quarterback is because of his injuries the last 2 years and playoff success. But I think this year he's going to set the world on notice that I'm right behind Mahomes. All right, I'm closer to Mahomes and all these other dudes you're talking about. So the Ravens, like Tomo said, I'm gonna go where you're going. They're the type of team when I watch them on TV and the game kicks off, and you like, who you think gonna win? The Ravens or who are they playing? You can't convince me the Ravens gonna lose. Like, I don't care who they playing. Like, okay, is it gonna be the Ravens or Bengals? I mean, how can you prove to me they're gonna outplay, they're gonna stop Lamar? How you gonna prove to me the Ravens gonna lose? Because one thing that Lamar always had, that Patrick Mahomes didn't always have, was a great defense. Lamar always had a good defense whole career, except for 1 year when they were injury riddled the whole in the beginning of the season. But this year, once again, another good defense. I look at the Bengals, right? I was watching that game, and they couldn't move the ball at all. I mean, we talking about punt, field goal, interception, and then they finally get a touchdown towards the end of the game. And they got their first touchdown off a punt return. So without that punt return, it was getting ugly. And I just felt like when I'm watching the Ravens, you talking about Mahomes' backyard football, that's the whole Ravens roster. That's the whole Ravens team right there. You know, and then you get Lamar weapons. OBJ's hurt again, but OBJ is making some good plays. I know the stats don't show it. He had 3 from 29, but he forced 2 PIs on kind of semi bombs. Right, Zay Flowers caught that big pass. You know, they kind of using him in open space. Like you said, Aguilar had some catches, right? And he's going deep with Aguilar and everything, right? So they still got Bateman. Bateman is an afterthought now, but Bateman was a first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, right? I mean, he was a number 1 receiver last year. So Duvernay, you know, so they legit, man. The Ravens are legit, and the defense are as advertised, and they're not even healthy on the defensive side. Their number 1 corner is not even there right now. So I'm excited about the Ravens, man. I really want to see how far, like, if this team can get through the year healthy. When I say healthy, I'm talking about Lamar. As long as Lamar out there, if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm like, listen, as long as Lamar out there, number 8, we got a chance to win this game. So, and then as far as the Bengals, huh?
Preach, Joe.
As far as the Bengals, I gotta disagree with you, Tomo. Now, the first half, they looked sluggish. But in the second half, they started to pick it up. They started to gain more. They started to get that momentum. Jamar Chase started getting way more involved. T. Higgins had 2 TDs on 2 great throws by Joe Burrow. So they started to catch fire in the second half. And I think this will carry over to the next game. These are the same Bengals we saw last year. Started slow and picked it up later. So I'm not worried about the Bengals still.
Yeah, I agree with that last part that you just said, because they started slow last year. They were 1-4 to start the year, something like that last year, and went all the way to the AFC Championship game. Jamar Chase did not play well in the first couple games last year either. I'm not too worried about how they're going to play right now. I am worried about Joe Burrow because he is my starting quarterback on fantasy. So I wish he didn't throw a pick yesterday. Then I'd have had a better chance. But you know, this is about the game. But I'm the only one in this panel that picked the Bengals to win, and clearly they lost. So, I mean, I picked the Ravens to reach the Super Bowl. So I expected them to be a great team. I just felt that the injuries was going to be the reason why they lost, but clearly that made no difference. That made no difference yesterday. Was it their backup running back Hill had a pretty good game. He didn't have to do too much, but he did exactly what he needed to do to step up. Lamar Jackson ran the ball just a little bit, but he was still effective. He averaged like 4 yards a carry. And you mentioned Aguilar. Aguilar had 5 catches for 63 yards. Zay Flowers had 4 catches for 62 yards. He averaged 15 yards a catch. Odell, we had an Odell signing yesterday. You know, Odell had a pretty good game. He was averaging just under 10 yards a catch. Gus Edwards had that nice little touchdown in the game. I just think that the Ravens, like Joe said, Ravens are the team to beat, especially in this division. I think they're the best team in this division right now, and they went out and proved it. Lamar Jackson is my vote for MVP, and he played pretty well yesterday.
Just want to remind people, you still got the Bengals not making the playoffs, right?
Yes, I still have the Bengals not making the playoffs.
And one more thing before we move on. I know the Bengals did start off slow last season, but starting off slow against non-division opponents is different than starting 0-2 in your division, and that division is looking like they're not no slouches. So that's the reason why the concern is there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not winning the division though. they can get out of throw in the bag, throw in the trash. They're not winning the division. Lamar been hurt the last 2 years. That's why they've been winning it. It's called a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, I mean, it's time for them to show out and show off. And we got to show out and show off. We got to talk about these other shows we got on our network here. I thought we was just a regular YouTube channel. No, it's a network. Network, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
A little star, man. Come on. So look, we do like Tomo said. This is not a show. This is not a podcast. It's a network, man. We got other shows that we got streaming outside of the R2L show. And the first one we got is my man BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Episode just dropped today. Make sure y'all go check that out. Padres. The Pirates versus the Yankees recap. So if you a diehard fan, casual fan, person that want to learn baseball, tune in to BWT. Teddy will be your guy, all right? We also got college sports. I mean, Saturday, I'm pretty sure we all were up until like 4 a.m. watching that game, all right? So the Colorado State game. Carl, he's your guy. He recapped that yesterday. Make sure you go look at that. He recapped the Michigan State and Washington University of Washington game with one of his friends. So make sure y'all go check that out. Carl talking college basketball and college football. College basketball is right around the corner, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And last but not least, fantasy football. My man, Coach Combs. He was fired up before this week. And he's going to be fired up again for this upcoming week and this previous week when he recaps it. So make sure y'all tune into FFC. An episode had dropped, I believe, on Saturday. So make sure he talked about the Deion situation too. So make sure y'all tune into that. If you need advice for your fantasy teams, Coach Combs is your guy. And there you go. That's all the shows right there. Tomo, kick it back to you.
Man, I'm glad you did say something about, fantasy, because Coach gave me a C, on my team, and I'm 2-0, baby. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Coach, one of the things you said is fantasy football ain't about the players. It's about the owner and how they set their lineups. Let's talk about setting lineups, because we got an offensive coordinator that came in from a Super Bowl, two-time Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. We got a whole new regime that came in and was like, hey, y'all, guess what? We might not change the name, but we're going to change the environment around here. We're going to make them fans want to cheer for something. How well will he do this season? So far, some people in the chat saying he top 5. The best quarterback in the NFC East thus far. I got to add that in there, And also, they went out there and they almost laid an egg, but, the people came back and said, Joe, you got to finish it for me.
Left hand up. Who are we?
Yeah, I didn't say the win. Yeah,
you said it. I had to throw it out there for you, man. So it's on you.
Man, look, I'm excited, y'all. Well, first of all, we got 21-3. Go to sleep.
He brought the props back out.
Go to sleep. There you go. Choked the game away. That's what happened. Choked the game away. You know why I choked the game away? Because of Sam Howell and that defense. Tomo and Dave. We won that game for our defense, of course, and Sam Howell. Sam Howell won that game offensively. If anybody say anything different, they just a hater. There were multiple times when other players on offense didn't do their job, and Sam Howell made up for that mistake. And I'm excited because this is the first time this probably happened in a long time. I'm telling y'all that the quarterback won us the game. Probably last time that happened was RG3. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wentz ain't win no games for us. He didn't win no games for us. Taylor Heineke, He didn't win games for us. He was a starting quarterback and won the game, but he wasn't the reason why we won these games. But somehow he won that game for us. Let me tell y'all a stat, y'all. All right, that you probably didn't know. All right. So look, that Broncos and Commanders game. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, it's the same old Commanders." Oh my gosh! Did y'all know that 35 points that we scored was the most points we scored since 2020, almost 4 years, right? Most points we scored in over 3 years, right? 18-point road comeback, largest since 1990. Did y'all know that? Since 1990. And 2-0 for the first time in 12 years. Isn't that crazy? We have been 2-0 in 12 years. I didn't even know that. Are you serious? All right. So things are different, y'all. Eric began to me. When we were down 21-3, he gathered the whole team and he said, listen, he said, stay in character and do your job. That's all he said. Stay in character and do your job. And what happened? We came out there, we stayed in character, like the score wasn't 21-3, and we did our job. And that's the like little difference that you see in the Commanders team. I'm telling you, 21-3, the old Commanders, they are done. That's it. Go and trade the channel. Go and watch a movie like Tyrone did. Go do all that extra stuff. But this command, what I say in the chat, I said, I'm not even worried. I said, we down 21-3, I'm not even worried. It was one part, right? We were down 21-14. Sam Howell threw a dime to Terry McLaurin. Oh my gosh! But before we got to that dime, it was second and 10. It was first and 10. He threw it at base. He dropped it. Third and 10. He threw it to somebody else. Or second and 10. Threw it to somebody else. Drop. And what he do on 3rd and 10? Just ran for the first down. I'm gonna use my legs. Run for the first down. And then came down. And that dime through the Terry McLaurin, dog. I mean, that was so crazy. So I've been saying this the whole offseason. Sam Howell is talented and he's poised. He's not too high. He's not too low. Those are quarterbacks you want. People who don't get caught up in the moment when things are good or caught up in the moment when things are bad. He's level killed like a Kawhi Leonard or a Tim Duncan. Not saying he's that caliber player, but y'all get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from our defense. Our defense is starting to force turnovers. We forced 4 turnovers already for the year. We didn't get to our 4th turnover until probably like week 6. Week 6 of last year. We in week 2. We already got 10 sacks. Tie with y'all too, Tomo. We neck to neck, right? I got 10 sacks. We got 10 sacks. So, everybody reading about the Cowboy defense, but we got 10 sacks ourselves. I'm just saying, right? So we had 3 against the Cardinals and 7 on Russell Wilson. 7. And my man Chase Young had a sack and a half. People who say he was washed. But this team is on the rise, man. I predicted we would win 11 games. I said these first 2 games were perfectly set up. You got a good defensive part Cardinals team, but offensively they're whack. So our defense is gonna make mistakes for Sam Howell, and that's exactly what happened. And then week 2, we play a good defense of PS2 and the boys, Randy Gregory, and it's gonna be a test for Sam Howell. And Sam Howell looked flawless. He made one bad throw all game. So I'm excited, Tomo. Another dub. Horse, he still asleep? Yeah, he's still asleep. He'll wake up soon. Go ahead.
Dave, go ahead, man.
Well, you talked about the Commanders, right? There's not much I can really say about that, but there's another stat that I brought up about the Commanders.
Okay.
Sam Howell is the first quarterback since 1950 to go 3-0 in his first 3 starts in Washington's history.
Come on now, dog.
There you go. That's something for you, Joe.
Say it again. Say it again.
Don DeMarco. But no, I got to talk about the Broncos. So this game, they were winning this game. So this is what Joe called it. This is a choke artist of a game for the Broncos. But credit to the Commanders for playing good offensively. Chase Young was also wreaking havoc back there, to making his season debut. Definitely did what he was supposed to do. Him and Payne was back there just doing whatever they wanted back there. Oh my goodness. But it wasn't really a bad game from Russ other than him getting sacked 7 times. I mean, he threw a pick, but he was 18-32. He threw for 308 yards, 3 touchdowns. And his quarterback rating was a 107.3. So he played pretty well. But I mean, that defense gave up 35 points. What is it that you can really say? Now, you can't discredit the Commanders and say, "Oh, well, the Broncos gave up 30." This Broncos defense was really good last season. It's the reason why they were in so many games. They were in the game against the Raiders last week because their defense was there. So can't take away credit from that. But there really is no but. There was a good game from Brian Robinson. He had 2 touchdowns in that game, so good game from him. Jerry Jeudy couldn't do much of anything in that game. He had 3 catches for 25 yards. Cortland Sutton didn't really do much. Sorry, Carl. But I mean, Marvin Mims only had 2 catches, but for 113 yards. But this was a game that was won by the Commanders. They were down by 18 points, like Joe said, and came all the way back and won this game. It was almost forced to OT, but their defense stepped up when they needed to, and the Commanders came in with a W. And that's now a 3-way tie for first place in the NFC East.
And no, they got the division win.
I know they got because they got a division game, but
they also said my man gonna have 1 touchdown too. That's Harry amount of people you said that,
Okay.
What? Do y'all see who commented?
Nah, who commented before I go?
Cam.
Bill said Thomas supposed to wear that jersey. Cam. He should be wearing this.
What's up, Cam?
Yeah, I'm saying the right thing. And he gonna say right before I gotta talk. All right, so look, here we go. What was the whistle? That's all I'm gonna say. Left hand up. Nah, like no, literally left hand up, bro. That's the hand that he was PIing with when he was holding that receiver on that last call, man. That was a PI. Like, Joe. Anyway, I had to throw that out there, man. Y'all did y'all thing. It shouldn't even came to that. If you're a Broncos fan, I don't even know why you sat in the stadium, man, and cried for the call. It shouldn't have came to that. First play, Mims. This is why. And it was a touchdown. Next one, we talking about backyard football with the we talking about backyard football with the Ravens. It looked like backyard football with the Broncos, the way they were just throwing the ball down the field. It looked like one of our turkey bowls. It was just like, hey, go deep, and I'm gonna just throw it up. That's how it was at first. And of course, you look to the sideline, Eric Bieniemy, he looked like he got the Waffle House menu. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give me the Grand American because we're gonna do this. Look, how? Stop playing, make it happen, Captain. And that's what he did. Now, I want to point out some of the positives because I don't want to talk too much about Russell Wilson because everybody going to be rag on Russell Wilson like, hey, man, he was doing this, he was doing that. But he put up 33 points. And he threw the Hail Mary that almost won the game. Like, I started trolling Joe a little bit. It's like, man, I said Watson played better. He was like, cool out. So I was like, only seen 3 plays, Joe. Now, on that 2-point conversion, he could have ran it in or attempted to run it in. He thought the PI was going to happen. That's a bet. But let's share something right quick because everybody keep talking about Bieniemy wasn't the Chiefs' offensive coordinator. He wasn't the mind behind that offense. Did you know this season Kansas City is averaging 18 points per game versus the Commanders, who's averaging 27 points per game? What's the difference in that? What is the difference in that? It's the offensive coordinator. Who has the better quarterback? The Chiefs. Who has the better tight end? The Chiefs. Who just came from a Super Bowl win? The Chiefs. All I'm saying is there's always a difference. Sam Howell is actually keeping up with the rest of the quarterbacks in the division. Some would say he outplaying a team that went to the Super Bowl, but we're not going to throw no more shots. Also, EB, when we talk about paid in full, I ain't talking about the song. I'm talking about you about to get Sam Howell paid in full. 55 points in their first 2 games. When is the last time you can say that about Washington? He put up 55 points in their last 2 games.
2 missed goals.
Difference maker. All I'm gonna say is, look, man, I was at a baby shower this weekend. We started talking about the Commanders, and the first thing I said was, you can see the energy shift in that stadium. I don't like it, but it's shifting. Y'all did y'all thing. The Broncos, like I said on Friday, they're still trying to find their mental headspace. They'll be better next year. Maybe this would have been the game to turn their season around, but they lost it. So it is what it is. Commanders, keep the hard work up, man.
Where am I? Sleep, man. Go to sleep, man.
Bruh.
I just go to sleep. Here we go.
Yeah, you gotta relax, bro. Oh man, I don't even know how to go to the next game off that one, man. Matter of fact, you made it easy, Joe. You made this one easy. You got seahorses, right? Since we taking it under the sea, we got to talk about or I got to work on that. But
You killing me though.
it's the Dolphins versus the Pats, man. This team here, they are turned up. We talked about the Dolphins when they got Jalen Ramsey. He not even there, and they still doing this. Tua. Tubby Tua. What J-Mo say? 2-0. 2-0. There you go, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, what you think? What's your thoughts on this game, man?
Tubby Tua doing what he need to do, but my guy Mostert got 2 touchdowns in that game. Hey, all I know is he the reason why I'm leading in my fantasy game right now, even though I know, my opponent still has 2 other players playing tonight. So Steelers defense, please play well tonight. I need that to happen so Deshaun Watson can play terrible again. But I mean, this was a close game, like I expected it to be. Said it wasn't going to be a blowout. They won 24-17. Tua looked good, didn't really make any mistakes. He didn't take any bad hits, honestly, for real.
That's the Dolphins offense.
He got the ball out when he needed to at times. He didn't even have to throw the ball down the field a lot. They were still making plays going across the field. Where Braxton Berrios made a clutch catch to get him in the red zone, and then he threw it to Tyreek Hill for a touchdown. Like I said, Roster had broke out with 2 runs that had some touchdowns, but Tua is playing really well this year. You can tell that he made the necessary adjustments so he wouldn't have any concussions this season. When he falls, he makes sure that he falls the way he's supposed to, so he doesn't hurt himself or anything like that, or he just throws the ball out of bounds. He's doing whatever he can to make sure he doesn't make any big mistakes. But hopefully Jalen Waddle was actually okay because I think he went out with a concussion in that game. So hopefully he does well. But leave it to the Patriots to find a way to get out of to break the rules and somehow, and it's illegal to be able to have someone do a motion screen and block a field goal. Only a team like the Patriots, coached by Bill Belichick, will find a way to make something like that happen. So that was a highlight. But Mac Jones didn't look too bad in that game. But there's a quote that I read from that game that I gotta say, and Jamo, you might not like this, but hold on, where is it at? Someone said about about Tua, right? Patriots pass rusher Dietrich Wise, when they asked him why does Tua have a 5-0 record against them, and his response was Tua doesn't do anything special against us. Right? He doesn't have to do anything special. He still got 5 wins against you. So whatever he's doing is working. So Patriots, do better.
Thanks. Now, I got one more question. I asked a question a few segments ago. I got one more question for y'all. Do y'all know how fast the Dolphins swim? You don't got to answer. That's cool. It's cool. For the folks out there, I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds. They swim 35 miles per hour. And that's how fast this offense and this defense be going. They be moving. Then they come at you in waves. No pun. These Dolphins, man, are something to be reckoned with. All right. And I got one more thing to say. Look, J-Mo has been saying this since last year. I think way before my "you're done" son even happened. When I was after, because he was getting hurt after that. But he's been saying it so much that we need to play this on our local radio stations. If Tua can keep his head in the game, we're unstoppable. And we can run that back 16 times and you can put DJ Drama on it or whatever you want to do with that. But Tua is proven that if he is healthy, he is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. He actually knows how to use those weapons. I seen J-Mo say that he is kind of underthrowing some folks, but again, that comes with breakdowns in the pocket at times. You never know what really happens on the underthrow pass. But when I watched them Dolphins, they showed me everything that I thought they were going to be. And when they get Ramsey back, it's going to get 10 times worse because now you got another person on the other side of Howard who actually going to get picks because Howard will be taking some plays off. I mean, even with him taking plays off, he still is there to make a play on defense. That run game, man, talk about the play calling and the way you protect your quarterback is if the run game's working, then keep doing it. I know we got great receivers on the outside, but if I can run the ball, I'm going to do it. I'm going to run and I'm going to throw. But the Waddle hit, man, that one hurt. That one hurt. Because he is that 1-2 punch when it comes to Tyreek Hill. But they're gonna find another weapon. They're gonna bounce back. And also, one more thing. It's funny that Tua's 2-0, his brother's 3-0. You know, shout out to the Terps. And we got one more big game ahead of us. Carl Talking College. Make sure y'all go check that out. But that's all I got to say about this game. And for the Pats, the best thing that came out of this is we call him mac and cheese. But he needs to not be like mac and cheese because he starts the game off on preheat at 400. Then once you put him in the oven, round about maybe 4 or 5 drives, that's when you start getting the crusts getting a little golden and everything. You're like, all right, it's time to take him out. But by the time you take him out, everybody fell asleep and they're like, man, we don't want no more mac and cheese because the game over. All these almost had it moments, they got to stop, man. These slow starts, the Pats can't keep up like that. They did it with the Eagles. They did it with the Dolphins. If this is going to be a repetitive thing, then somebody needs to sit mac and cheese now. I called them lobster mac, but now you're going back to Kraft mac. Joe?
Mac Jones ain't played bad yesterday, I don't think. I thought he played good.
It's the slow starts. I ain't saying he bad.
Yeah, they just played good, 2 good teams. I look at it like that. But the Dolphins got to a point, for me, when I watched them every drive, I expect them to score. I expect them to score every time they go on the come on the field. Tua is so accurate. He threw it down to number, I don't know who he is, number 0. He threw it down in the third quarter in the left, like not in the end zone, but right before the end zone, right before the power line, right in the corner between 2 defenders. And he caught it, man. Tua is killing it, man. So, like you said, as long as Tua is healthy, this team is going to be dangerous. This Tua is perfected this offense. He knows this offense like crazy. Mike McDaniels is definitely a genius, but Bill Belichick, they had a response offensively. Bill O'Brien. One thing about the Dolphins, they made key third down plays. Like on third down, they were getting sacks on third downs. They forced a fumble on third down. So they got playmakers, and like you said, this is without Jalen Ramsey being there. And that defense is going to get better as the year goes by. We know they got a new defensive coordinator. So, but I'm high on the Dolphins. Like I'm high on the Ravens. I think the Ravens and Dolphins are going to finish with the same record. But that matchup between them is going to determine who has a better record. And I'm going with the Ravens going to win that matchup in Week 14, I believe they play. So I'm high on the Dolphins. I'm happy for my brother, J-Mo. He is his team balling. They ain't got no MBs over there. So I'm playing.
Well, technically, Tua was MB last year.
So
True.
So I'm excited about the Dolphins, man. They're very explosive. But the Patriots, they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be in every game. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they'll finish 8-9. But like almost every game they play will be close. And when they play a team that's equal or not better than them, they will win those games. So that's my recap on that.
Look, now we gave y'all a full breakdown of some of these games. We also gave y'all a quick alert, Amari Cooper's playing. But if you want more alerts before ESPN, FS1, them places that got all them shows that be all in the videos, doing all this stuff, come on over to Refuse to Lose. Join one of these IG chats. And then you could really be a part of the debate and get updates at the same time. Dave, tell them how they can be, what chats we got to offer for them.
Yeah, if you guys got on the show as soon as it started, you would have seen that I said that Amari Cooper is actually going to be playing tonight. And you would have heard that I said the 76ers just signed Kelly Oubre to a 1-year deal. See, this are announcements that I'm making before it released on ESPN or Bleacher Report. So when I say that I'm the news guy, I'm the news guy. They call me, Dave Shefty, But we're not always on the show all day. So you don't get these alerts on the show all the time. But you could if you were in these IG chats. These IG chats, IG, Instagram, I gotta say the actual name, because it's on Instagram. But they are the NBA, WNBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball, men and women. Then you have the combat chat that we have, the boxing, UFC, and WWE. And all these chats, we give you the latest news for every single thing that's going on. There's a potential fight. Well, not a potential fight, but Shakur Stevenson is talking about having a fight with Tank, but he knows that he's not the box office guy, so he can't make that fight. It has to be Tank. I just made an NBA news about that. Patrick Mahomes restructured his contract. He's going to get paid $211 million over the next 3 years. So, that's something that happened as well. And then baseball, wild card is starting to come up, starting to creep up right now. So, hey, if you want to know about these chats, you got to actually join the chats and click the link in the bio to become a member. But before we talk about that, we have one more topic to go. So, Tomo, do your thing.
And y'all already know we're not gonna leave the show without talking about the Cowboys. Like, I thought I wore this because it's Halloween. I mean, this is about that time on the little diagram that everybody want to share with me all the time. It's like, here you go, ramping up the season. Oh, we about to make the playoffs. Whatever. We gotta talk about the Cowboys versus them Jets. Jets, the same Jets that beat the Buffalo Bills. So, of course, I mean, you guys want to go first, or you want me to go first? How y'all want to do it?
It's on you, my guy.
I just wanted to make sure.
Look, the order has been going that way anyway. It's on you.
I know I perfected it this way for a reason. But here we go again, man. Here we go again. Another New York team tried to come down here on our stage and our face and try to show us up with Zach Wilson. See, this is why when Aaron Rodgers went down, not only was Jets fans sad, the Cowboy fans were sad. Because if we would have dominated Aaron Rodgers the same way we did Zach Wilson, today would have been 10 times worse. But because the quarterback was Zach Wilson and our defense is playing the way they've been playing, everyone's going to be like, I mean, what more did you expect? Is Zach Wilson against that Vontage doomsday defense, as Micah Parsons would call it, right? And look at Dak, just out there maintaining the game, finding his number one receiver who can move around the field and play almost every position on the field. The boy is ambidextrous. He can be anywhere. You never know where seat he's going to be at. Some people call it hide and seek. Some people call it the new wave of the NFL. That's like the center position. It don't exist no more. You got to play wherever you can play. If your center don't shoot threes, you can't keep up with us. Sorry, guys. But that one play, Dak almost reverted back. I know the entire NFL was like, yeah. Sauce dropped it. That's why he deactivated his Twitter, because he knew the whole world was going to be on him. Like, you supposed to take that to the house. That was a game-changing play. Cowboys was up. Time of possession. Let me tell you. Time of possession, 42 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
The offense had the ball for this long. Y'all know Zeke not on this team no more, right? Dak was still making passes in that zone. I'm just saying that's a long time to have the football, man. And we're going to talk about the turnovers. I see you over there thinking, Joe. I see you thinking. He's like, your defense was getting turnovers. So, of course, your time of possession going to go up if you're getting fumbles and interceptions. Yeah, but a few of those plays in the red zone, Dallas didn't actually score. They resulted to field goals. And, again, I brought up Zeke's name, but that's where you miss Zeke. Because, that 1 yard line, everybody can't be like the Eagles in their 1 yard push. You can't just get your quarterback in there. Oh, we got money coming in. Hold on now. Here we go. I know he want me to read it. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You can clip this up all you want. Shout out to Kevo, TK Sweets and Treats, $4.99 super chat. Y'all didn't Sauce follow Lamb if he's elite and Lamb is the number one receiver. Why didn't? Why you asking us? That's the Jets' problem. Why didn't Sauce say that? And I'm glad you said that, because that's the next point I was gonna get to. Look, Sauce Gardner, you are an elite cornerback. Okay, those days of playing one side of the field are over in the NFL. If you want to be up there with the greats in this day and age, you have to now travel. If you can't play the slot, that's gonna hurt you, because now people are moving Jettas, Diggs, Cup to the slot. They're finding the mismatches. You have to be able to move around with these receivers. So that's why the Jets didn't do it, probably because he's not ready for that. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's not, but the coaches know more than me. So for me, the only worry I have about this team right now is when we get in the red zone. Are we going to be able to score, or are we going to keep playing soccer? That's the only thing I got right now. Whoever want to go next.
I can go next.
I-
So, good win. You know, I think we all expect y'all to win. And Tomo,
not Kev.
Kev picked the Jets to beat y'all. Was Zach
Yeah.
Wilson?
He said he wasn't going to change his pick. Stubborn Kev.
Come on, man. All right, so look. Here's my thing with the Cowboys. All right. They remind me of the Eagles. All the slander we're giving the Eagles, Cowboys gotta get the same thing. Eagles been playing with the lead all year long so far, and so had the Cowboys. There's nothing wrong with that. You you want to keep the lead. You want your defense to dominate. Y'all are executing the game plan y'all's designed, which was feed off the defense, hold time of possession. Y'all not taking big shots down the field. Y'all, small chunk at the small chunk, 3 yards here, 5 yards here. Oh, we'll get 12 yards in there. 3 yards here, 5 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards. Oh, 17 yards, which is good game plan. Keep it very conservative with that Prescott, no pressure, and then defense going to handle our business. But Dak did show me, Tomo, a glimpse of pressure, right? And you kind of mentioned it. The only time Dak was pressured that whole game was after Garrett Wilson scored that touchdown. Garrett Wilson scored that touchdown, and y'all were up 10-7. And then the very next drive, he threw it right to Sauce. And I was like, is he falling under pressure? And Tomo, it wasn't CeeDee Lamb's fault. He literally threw it right to Sauce. And then he dropped it. And then right after that, the Jets get 3 penalties. They get 2 roughing the pass, I think, which are kind of suspect. But it's all good. It's all good. It happened. And then they get a pass interference, and then y'all score a touchdown. But Dak showed me that, nothing's changed so far. He looked like the same old Dak to me. But when y'all got a good lead and y'all play conservative, Mike McCarthy is good for y'all right now. Because we haven't seen Mark McCarthy being pressured also. We see him play with the lead throughout the whole game. So that's what I want to see. I want to see how y'all going to look when y'all down 2 possessions or 1 possession. Y'all down late in the fourth quarter. I want to see that. But right now, y'all look really good. But Zach Wilson, trash. Garbage. You know how many times he missed Garrett Wilson?
Man, on the third downs?
Yeah. You said what?
I said it was always third down. It was always a third down on man. I was like, it's right there.
And then an interception he threw. I know Parsons was pressuring you, my boy, but bro got a whole white jersey on a blue curve. You can't see it. Cut through it right to him. Literally. Even if the quarterback was right there, I don't even think the receiver would have gotten anyway. So that's another thing. When y'all play with the league, y'all can pin your, like what man Shannon Sharp say, pin your ears back, and y'all start getting the, the line, poking at the line, standing around like y'all. I'm like, you doing straight. But y'all looking good right now. Y'all. I'm not saying y'all surprising me, but y'all are doing what y'all supposed to do. Let me say that. Y'all, when the team don't match up with y'all putting them to the ground. But y'all offense scored 2 touchdowns yesterday. So that's like I figured y'all would have more because Zach Wilson was just giving y'all extra possessions. So but we will see as time goes by. And I think the Cardinals would be a tougher act for y'all too than the Jets were.
I actually don't disagree there. I agree with that. I think they will be. But this is what I'm going to do. See this? This is how many carries Breece Hall got all game yesterday. 4 carries. That is it. What do you expect for the team to do if your best running back is only getting 4 carries? That offensive line is trash. They need to do whatever they need to do this offseason and fix that O-line if they expect Aaron Rodgers to come back next year. and now retire. So do that. CD had a great game. I think he had over 100, over 140 yards in that game. I think he had 143 yards in that game.
About 143. Yep.
But Sauce said that he's a great receiver, but most of those catches run out on me. I guarded him 4 times, and I had a pass deflection that could have been a pick. He didn't catch anything on me, so that's what Sauce said himself. I will say this though, Micah Parsons. He said that he don't just want to be the best defensive player in the league. He want to be the best player in the league. And from these last 2 weeks, he's playing like that's absolutely what's in his mind. Because he was wrecking havoc all day yesterday. He did whatever he wanted against that offensive line. Like Joe said, he forced that pick that Zach Wilson had threw across the sideline. I don't know what he was thinking when he did that. Micah a dog, man, and it's nothing bad I can say about Micah. And then he almost, if it wasn't for him, his knee being down, he would have scored a defensive touchdown yesterday. And from what I saw, the Cowboys defense scored 51 fantasy points yesterday. That's crazy.
Another one.
I don't like the fact that I'm talking so positive about the Cowboys right now.
Don't worry about it. Y'all gonna like when it's rebuttal time. I got something for you. Don't worry about it.
But all I gotta say is, well, that's 2 teams. Well, no, I can't say that because the Jets did win. They did win their first game against the Bills, but I don't see the Jets making the playoffs. I didn't pick them to make the playoffs earlier, or the Bengals. And the Jets right now have Zach Wilson as the quarterback, and he ain't taking them nowhere. They need to do something with that offensive line. Maybe they need to go and sign Lyle Collins and do something with that. But yeah, I have no hope for them. And Sauce got to play better. He got to play better.
All right, so 2 things. About Michael Parsons, I want to say this. Michael Parsons is him. One of the best gifts that Philadelphia has ever given us. I would say that. However, I did watch Michael Parsons do this last year in the first 4 games of the season, and then he slowly tapered off. So for me, my constructive criticism is all this is nice right now. Yes, all this is nice right now, but I need to see the consistency. I'm Dave when it comes to Michael right now. I need to see the consistency because you've been talking a whole lot. The persona of this team and the defense has fueled behind how much you've been talking because you can clearly see how they play on the field. The aggression is there. We know who everyone's listening to in the locker room when it comes to that aggression. We know who everyone listens to when it's time to mellow out and make plays. Granted, Joe, you said he did look like he was going to crack under pressure, but Dak is the sensible one. Is like, all right, everyone chill out. It's time to make a play. Mm-hmm. It might not go the way you want it, but it's time to make a play. Calm down, all right? But that's all I wanted to say about Micah. And as far as, like I said, with our offense, 14 points from the offense, cool. 5 field goals. Again, we do need to see more consistency in the red zone. So there is a construct. Like, I'm on a high, but I'm not blind. I can't see it. And another thing I'm gonna add to this, Joe, is now I know how the Eagles feel. Cause bro, the difference between us and the Eagles is when they went up 21, teams were slowly trying to creep back in that third quarter. When we go up 21, you're done, son. Ain't no trying to come back. That's the one thing the Cowboys was doing. The Eagles was giving y'all hope. We ain't giving teams hope no more. And that's only 2 weeks, though. We'll see what happened against the Cardinals. If we do it against the Cardinals, I don't know, man. It might get ugly to start doing these shows. That's all I'm going to say. Week 4 and 5, though, is really when it get real.
That's when it's going to get real. Yeah, I think y'all play us week 5, right?
Yes, sir. And we got hold up. So no. We got the Patriots, good defense. So we're going to see what happens against them. We got the 49ers, 5. Then we got the Chargers right after that. Then we got the Rams. Then we got the Eagles. So I'm just saying, we having fun now, but y'all can really critique us in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's when That's when every team can be critiqued in the next few weeks. Because right now it's the beginning of the season. Like I expected us to be 2-0. I
Yeah, he picked
yeah.
that one. Man, the face though.
Yeah, I did. There was I don't think I need to go into details about that. I saw us going 2-0. I think the only team I was shocked about, honestly, going 2-0 between the three of us was the Commanders. That's the only team I was shocked. I mean, I figured they would beat. I figured they would beat the Cardinals, but I did not see them putting up 35 points against the Broncos. But
I didn't see that.
That's what happened.
See what
That's what
happens.
happened. And
that's the team I got y'all winning though. That's the one I said y'all was gonna beat.
Yeah. And the only thing about the Cowboys is I did not see Aaron Rodgers getting hurt in the first game and being out the rest of the season. That's the only thing I didn't see.
had that as an L for y'all too.
I did too. I think we all did.
I did too. But here we are, 2-0. Cowboys lead the division. Niners lead the division. But the Commanders are right there. They're 2-0 as well. They just haven't had a division game yet. So
we got 1 in 2 weeks.
We'll see how it goes. Yep, against the Eagles, right?
Or as AJ would say, "Caca."
He's like, "Caca."
Yeah.
That's what it sound like.
But hey, this man taking animals down, man. You about to start. Nah, you getting too ready for Thanksgiving, bro. I don't like where you going with these.
Hey, Joe, you better check before somebody call Peter on you.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. It's all figure of speech. You know, it's nothing serious. All right.
Man, you gonna be like American Dad.
I would eat a bird though. You cook it for me. I would eat one.
Hey, as long as you don't eat on Thanksgiving, we good. That's all I'm saying. But for those who trying to be a part of this, Dave told y'all about the chats, and he told y'all to click the link in the description. And if you haven't clicked the link already, we're gonna tell you a little bit more about these perks right now. Because we have 3 tiers of membership. We have our pro level, our all-star level, and our superstar level. And with our pro level, hold up. I know you.
Hold up.
What?
Yeah, you can go ahead and take a picture of that, Joe. I know you see it.
I see it. I know you're confident. We're talking in chat. We're talking in chat.
And if y'all want to see where this talk goes in the chat, again, click the link in the description below. And for the pro level, you can join one of those chats. Hopefully you join the right chat so you can see what this bet is being talked about. You get loyalty badges next to your name and comments during the live chat. So that's throughout all of our shows. Again, if you're a member, that's for all of our content, not just Refuse to Lose. It's all of our content. And you get priority comments. So your comments always jump to the front. And like I said, you get to join one sports chat. That's the pro level for $2.99 a month. If you want to jump it up to the all-star level for $4.99 a month, you get the same perks from the pro level, but you get the member-only videos. And we got a lot of member-only content. I know we got a Steelers Ravens every week thing going on. So that's very, very interesting. You get to join multiple chats. And you also get to request a topic. You get to request a topic or a segment on me. So a topic is whatever you want, one of the subjects on the show. And the segments are You Done Son, Not So Average Top 5, and Dave's Doghouse. And once you join the chat, you'll learn a little bit more. But matter of fact, browse the network while you're here so you can understand a little bit more about what you just clicked on and the entertainment you're getting. Read about what you're investing into. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, you can jump it up to the superstar level because you're like, you know what, that man said something about investing. So I'm gonna invest my $10 a month because Netflix is going crazy. I ain't got time for Netflix. I want to be a part of something great. Facts. So for $9.99 a month, you get the all-star perks, the pro level perks, and you get to join the R2L chat. 9 out of 10, that's what that bet is gonna be talked about in that R2L chat. We've been turned up in the other chats, fellas. We gotta bring it back home one time. You get to be a guest on the show. Not saying you have to, but you get to be a guest on the show. You also get awards and plaques to the top performers. So that's based upon the episode that you was on, the numbers and ratings that you do. It's sweet. If you're in media, you know what I'm talking about. And it's a bad time because of the strike. My bad. Retract that from the statement. And you get member shout outs. So shout out to all of our members. Well, first of all, we're gonna say shout out to you because you clicked the link in the description and you've been coming back every week to watch all of this great content. And we want to say shout out to Jerry, Donnell, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Brenda, Letitia, Don, LaShawn. But yeah, shout out to all the members. And again, shout out to you too for supporting the network. Take it away, Joe.
I was thinking the same thing when you said that. All right, y'all, let's wrap this up and get these last words in. Left hand up. Who are we? But nah, Commanders, man. Good win. Every enemy. I believe in your coaching. We're going to prove a lot of people wrong. We got a huge notebook. A huge notebook full of this hate. Hate. All season. All week 1. All preseason. All week 2. Even during the game, there was some hate. And they were quiet after that, though. So all I got to say is we're going to continue to prove people wrong. All we got to do is win 11 games, win the NFC East, and I'm good. That's it. I'm good. And Sacramento, we're not getting talked about. Sacramento started off. Commanders picked up where Sacramento left off at. We're going to have a magical season with the Commanders. But Sacramento, they about to do some damage this season, y'all. I'm telling you right now, we got my man Sasha. But y'all already know, hashtag Swiper MVP season. Light the beam! Let's go.
And for me, my last words is Michael Parsons came out again. I said he was talking, y'all, if y'all heard me in the earlier block, but he that's funny. But he said for all those coordinators who thought about my first 2 years in the league where you was like, we just gonna run the ball at them, try it. That was his message. He said, try it. I mean, he got a forced fumble. Also, Brees Hall only got 4 carries. But he need to be traded. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. You should get out of here, man. Free all running backs who are getting underused, man. Underutilized. Also, one more thing I want to say too is Cowboy Nation. Look, I know a lot of people are gonna start saying things, that the narratives are coming out. Everyone's gonna try to find ways to put viruses and poison into our winning. Enjoy your win. Don't care what nobody say about it. It's your win. You only get 16 or 17 weeks of this enjoyment. So enjoy it while it lasts. Because if it don't end the way you want it to, then you're going to be sad that you didn't enjoy those wins when you had them. Just like life. Embrace those moments, all right? And that's just not for Cowboy fans. It's for all of y'all. But I'm specifically talking to my Cowboy fans.
Facts, Tomo. I agree. Enjoy the wins.
For me, San Fran, we got a game on Thursday. Short week. It's the Giants without Saquon Barkley. Sorry. Don't make me look bad. That's all I gotta say. Purdy, complete the throws that are open, please. And defense just play better. There's no reason why we shouldn't win this game. It's the Giants. They did, have a comeback win against the Cardinals, but it's the Cardinals. So let's just take care of business on Thursday. And I've heard that the Miami Heat and Portland Trailblazers have made some progress on the Damian Lillard trade. So there could be, not that there will be, but there could be something happening soon. Don't know, but let's see what happens. Again, not getting my hopes up, but let's make something happen, Miami.
All I ask.
That's all he asks.
What's the rest of the report? What they asking for again?
From what I remember, they were asking for a star player at least, and at least 2 or 3 first-round draft picks.
I'm here. They want y'all to MDISS. Those are exact words I heard.
You want to try to clean house for Dame?
Yeah, we posted that in the chat.
That's a Dame shame.
Yeah, they trying to get everybody. Like, you know what? Y'all want Dame? Tyler Hero out of here. Give me him, her. I want the future babies, the grandkids, the great grandma.
Oh, yeah. You're right. They're asking for Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, the other young guy that we drafted. I think it was Kyle Lowry's a part of that trade too, and like 2 first-round draft picks and 2 first-round pick swaps.
Hey, Joe.
As long as the Blazers stay out of the trade.
Joe, you said Blazers pulled up like Chris Tucker and Rush Hour 2. He's like, I can have her and her and her.
All right, y'all. That was funny. That's all we got for y'all today. Great show. Football. We got football after this. Steelers. We might have a recap episode. Members only, though. I'm sorry. So make sure you stay tuned for
Tonight.
that for the Browns and Steelers tonight. So we got for y'all tonight, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.